Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Brock the Best here, coming back to you with another video. This time, a second Infinity Saga wishlist video. Of course, same rules as last time, 10 sets, but this time it is based off of what I've been seeing people want. The last time it was just based off of my personal wants from the line, but this time I'm handing the fork over to some of y'all people, some of the people I've seen in the comment section, some of the people I've seen requesting, some of the people I've seen in different videos just talking about what they'd love to see out of this line, some figures that they love to happen. Kind of compiled a lot of that all and then put it into this list. Of course, I try to keep it 10 sets like last time. I have one bonus up here like before, but then I also have honorable mentions on here as well. As you guys can see my little URL bar up here. You guys can see everything. I'm trying to change up the format last time because last time the screen was a little bit like squished, and I'm trying to have that different. So just don't mind the taskbar, and we'll get into it from here. You guys can see the little thing I'm using to record right here, Vimeo. It's alright. It is better than nothing. All right, but let's go. Number 1. Hawkeye from Civil War. Now, this is not one that I expected people would want. Like, really, like, I hardly ever think about Hawkeye from Civil War, but this would actually be a really cool figure. Have the purple going on here. MSRP would be $26.49 if they made it in the Infinity Saga, of course. All new body mold is what I can see them doing. I don't really see them reusing anything. Maybe they could take some elements from the Ronin body mold and put it on here, but far as I can think, all new body mold. I try to take some accessories that I can think of: bow, arrow, explosive arrow, staff that he uses to fight Black Panther, and then a little Ant-Man to go on the little tip of his bow right there, tip of his arrow, if you will. So yes, not Infinity War, Civil War Hawkeye from the Infinity Saga. This would be pretty cool. I mean, I'd probably pick this up as well. So yes, definitely very exciting. This one is one that is a must. Loki from the Avengers. I remember somebody requested this. MSRP $26.49. Of course, single release body, all new body mold, accessories, the scepter, as you can see right here, open hand, so he can kind of be like, you are made to rule. Yeah, I need to stop doing impressions. Like, I don't even know why I try. But open hands, smiling face, of course, the little grin going on right here, dagger that he uses to stab Thor in the final battle, and the Tesseract. So yes, it would be a really cool figure right here. They made one in 2012 for the Avengers movie, but it wasn't really a Marvel Legends line. It was more like a 6-inch scale line that they made specifically for that movie. If you have that Loki, it's not really in scale, but if you have it, I mean, it looks good enough. You could definitely fudge that into an MCU shelf, but would definitely love to get an all-new Loki, pinless, everything, all the whole 9 yards now, because Hasbro's really upped their game ever since those days. So yeah, this one would love to get it. I'm definitely buying this one if they ever make it. Whoever suggested this one, you guys are right on the money. This one is also a must, especially for army builders. Shatari and Outrider 2-pack. I just noticed that I capitalized the A as well. That's my bad. Oh, whoops. Just noticed that I capitalized the A, but Shatari and Outriders. Would love this. It wouldn't be released like this. They don't usually do one figure. I mean, like, they don't usually do 2 new figures, all new sculpts in 1 2-pack. We'd somehow have to get at least one of these separately. But, it's just a wish list going off of anything. Premium line, so $52. Outrider would be a new body mold. Shatari will be a new body mold. Outrider wouldn't have any accessories since, they just crawl. They're not really, they don't really have a brain as far as I can think. All that they do is just chew on people, from what I've seen, try to bite people's arms off and stuff like that. So I wouldn't really have any accessories needed for that. But the Outrider the Shatari, I keep on mixing up Shatari and Outriders, but Shatari would definitely have to have the interchangeable blaster arm like seen in the 2012 Avengers. This would be an Avengers Endgame set. It's the only way to really get 2 of them while making it canonically correct. So yes, would love this. MSRP $52, of course. But I definitely picked this one up. A Hulk from the Avengers. Now, this one is also really cool. I would love to get a new Hulk figure like this. Somebody else suggested this in the comment section of the last video. They said that they wanted an all-new updated 2012 Avengers team, and I would definitely love to see something like that. I'd love to see this Hulk, though, more specifically. I know people have been asking for Hulks all along. I was like, you know what? they are right. Hulk does not get a ton of love when it comes to the Marvel Legends line. Or the movies as far as it goes. I have two MCU Hulks on my shelf, I think. Am I missing anybody? No, I only have two. The one from the Age of Ultron and the Build-A-Figure from 2019. So, yes, Hulk doesn't get a lot of love. We need all the new Hulk variants. We need the Infinity War one, the Endgame one. You'll see that one later on the list, and then the Time Traveler one. We just need all these new suits for Hulk, and yeah, definitely get a new Hulk out there. But I'd love to see how they engineer this now. They make it look real good. Marvel Legends, they always do stuff like that in this premium line. $41, of course. Infinity Saga, a little bit more expensive. Hike up that price a little bit. New body mold, interchangeable fists. I just noticed I also capitalized the I too. Open hand, smiling head, and a rage head. So you see this head that we got here? We need this. We need that. Yes, sir. All right. Iron Man Mark 42 and Aldrich Killian 2-pack. So this one is also very, 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 I mean, You know what? I would buy this. I would buy this. I love this Iron Man suit. I don't know about this Aldrich Killian though. He's definitely one of the more forgettable MCU villains. Guy Pearce, of course, he's a great actor, but yeah. Let's just say all of the really phase 2 villains are pretty forgettable. I mean, Alexander Pierce, you can kind of remember him. He was in one of the best Marvel movies, but yeah, so all these really phase 2 villains, you can kind of forget about them pretty easily. You don't really remember their names. I remember I had to have somebody remind me who Aldrich Killian is. But yes, would definitely love to get this set. New body mold for the Mark 42. This is kind of the newer one of the sets because the old one that we have, it's very dated, does not hold up to today's standards. I feel like they do a great job on this today. Like with how they handled the Mark III, from what I've seen from the pictures, they could, honestly, this figure it would be great. Like their new format for suits and everything, and Iron Man suits, they've really stepped up their game, so I'd be impressed to see any of the new Iron Man suits. I want the Mark 45 most. That was in the last video if you haven't checked that out, but this one would definitely be really cool. 2 repulsor effects, interchangeable fists, and a mask lifted face for RDJ right there, so that would look really cool. Aldrich Killian, reused from previous no shirt molds. I mean, I don't see why they'd have to go total new mold on this. They'd probably just have to proportion it correctly. His head looks really big in this photo compared to his body. Anyways, so yes, reuse from previous no shirt molds, repaint that to have the little dragons on the chests. He's the so-called Mandarin, but he's not really the Mandarin, of course. We'll see about it in the Shang-Chi movie. I hope that Wenwu mentions Guy Pearce and everything, and I hope that he mentions, like, I have had imposters of me. Yeah. I'm sorry with the impressions, ladies and gentlemen. I swear I'll stop. But yes, I hope that at some point in the movie they mention these imposter Mandarins. So accessories, only a fire-breathing face. Now that I think about it, he could come with... Oh, I did write that. Okay. So yes, interchangeable face like everything on the list, or at least like most things. And yeah, this would be a really great 2-pack set as well for the Infinity Saga. You know what? I was actually really expecting this. I thought that this would be the Iron Man 3 set on the rumor list for the Infinity Saga, but ended up being Happy and Midas. And of course, that's a good too, but this would definitely... I'd definitely be maybe a little bit more excited for this. If you could have put Happy with it, Mark 42, that'd actually be amazing. But, take whatever I can get, and this is a really good set too. Fenris Wolf. So nobody actually requested this, but I really wanted this because I don't think anybody really realizes the fake potential of this. Just a giant dog on your shelf. This would actually be really cool. I mean, like, this would have to be around Surtur price. He'd be around Surtur size. I'd have to say maybe not 13 inches long, maybe like 10, 12 inches long. Somewhere around, not even, probably just 10 inches long. They'd have to probably scale it a little bit smaller like they did with the Surtur, because this is still a pretty big dog. Whoops. But yes, I definitely buy this. No accessories, doesn't really need any. He doesn't grab or hold anything. And, gotta have those paws and everything. So this is basically all that you get, but this would be amazing. I'm not going to say I'd love to get this because I'll say that for everything on the list. But this is certainly up there for, at least for me, for what I want. This couldn't make it onto the first list. I bumped it for the Hulkbuster as well, but this would look really cool. All right, so next up, I remember somebody suggested this in the comment section. It was Captain America and the Winter Soldier. He also suggested that we get a Falcon, and let me actually look for that comment. I'm sure that I still have it. But all the stuff that he suggested was from Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and honestly, this is a great film. Would love to get more stuff out of this film. Would definitely be happy to see them make more characters from this. I believe the only characters they made from this film was in the first run. They made the stealth suit Captain America, they made the Black Widow, and they made the Winter Soldier, but there is a whole, a lot of stuff to go off of with this film. So they can definitely make more. Okay, it was... Yeah. It was Nick Crowley. Nick Crowley. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Mick, not Nick, my bad. Mick Crowley suggested an updated 2012 Avengers, Falcon, and Captain America from the final battle of the Winter Soldier, Mark 6 War Machine from Iron Man 2. Mark 6 Iron Man and a War Machine from Iron Man 2. So yes, would definitely need this. Like, this is great. This isn't one of my favorite Captain America suits, but I think that it still looks good. And of course, the Bucky right here. Would definitely love to get all this. So this is amazing. Walmart exclusive, as everything Captain America would be. The Cap is a new body mold. I know they have made a figure of of this. It was in another 6-inch scale line, but that figure look. I'm just gonna say it looks horrible. Like, just no. So we need a new version. Accessories, interchangeable fists and a shield. I forgot to include a beat up unmasked Steve Rogers head when Bucky's absolutely just tearing his face up in the final few actions of the battle. But yes, that set 100%. Winter Soldier, mainly reuse from the 2018 Infinity War body. You just add the harness and then you also make him pinless. I don't know how much extra engineering it takes to make a figure pinless, but honestly, if they did it with the Infinity War Captain America, they can do it with this. Accessories, grenade launcher, goggles, head, and interchangeable fists for that, of course. This one is one that I really want. So this is a Hulk, Nebula, and Rocket 3-pack from Avengers Endgame, MSRP $73.99. Rocket would be an all new body. It wouldn't happen like this. They wouldn't put 3 all new body molds into one 3-pack set. Usually with 3-pack sets, they'll give us 2 reused bodies and then they'll give us 1 new thing. But this would definitely, this would be amazing to get it like this. All 3 of these characters just and finish off really the Endgame team. Oh, we also need the Endgame War Machine, but we'll get to that later. Rocket, new body mold, accessories, 2 blasters, Reality Stone extractor, like how he pricks Jane Foster in order to get the ether. Nebula, new body mold, accessories, her 1 blaster, and then 2 batons, like how she charges that Thanos with in the final battle. Hulk, new body mold, and gotta have all these accessories with them. The snapping arm, post-snap arm, interchangeable fist, and a snapping head. So all in all, he'd probably come with 3 arms. The original one that he comes with in the box, then the snapping arm, and then the post-snap arm. So to have really all of that going, that's a lot of arms to include with him. But this set, I did hike up the price to $73. Really only because Hulk is a $30 action figure and Rocket is really only $10 with everything that he comes with here. You can fit this into a very small box and you'd still have everything that you need. So yeah, $73 costs $30, $20, and then $10. But then you also hike up with that, premium line price hike as well as the recent price hike going on. Before the recent price hike this year, this would probably be $69.99, but nah, you gotta hike up that price a little bit. So yeah, the Infinity Saga Avengers Endgame. This isn't the last Avengers Endgame set, but this is one of the last ones. There's only one more left after this. This one is one that a lot of people have been asking for, including me. I definitely thought that they'd have made a Wong figure by now, but apparently they haven't and they won't. So I'm just gonna chill. I just want them to make this one. I'm sure that this is on their radar. This and the Ancient One have to be definitely things that Hasbro has their eye on. They know that we want these. Hasbro, the team, usually knows. I'm sure that we'll get these somehow. Oh, whoops. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the same thing that was popping up last time. Remind me later, please. Okay, but Banner and Wong. So, Target exclusive set. I'm sorry. Look, guys, I gotta have exclusive. I want to make this as realistic as possible, so gotta have these exclusives on here. MSRP $52.99. So we got the Banner with the chameleon body. I hate that body. You guys know that I hate the body, especially the feet. But it's if Hasbro was to make this set, I'm sure it'd be on the chameleon body. So might as well repainted. I hope that they could do some little engineering to make it pinless, kind of how they. I mean, that wasn't really. Nah, the legs aren't pinless. Okay, never mind. I was about to mention the Zemo and how they kind of made that one pinless. I just realized that the arms are different than the chameleon body mold. But yes, would love to get this set. I need to stop saying that, but I do see this happening. I just don't see it like happening like this. I'm sure that they'll just make a Wong in the future for he'll be in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I'm sure. So that's probably how we'll get a Wong. They probably aren't going to backtrack for this figure. But Banner, I'm sure that we'll also get another version somehow. I know that he's like Smart Hulk now, but I feel like maybe in the She-Hulk or something, we'll see a Banner. We'll definitely see a Banner. They won't pass up on the opportunity to make another chameleon mold. So yes, Wong, all new body, interchangeable magic hands. That's really all that he needs. You don't really see him punching anybody. You just got to have these hands going on, and that is absolutely fine for Wong. So this is a really great set as well. All right, and this is the last retail. I didn't skip over one, did I? Okay, no. This is the last retail set, and then the next set is a bonus, and then the last thing is the honorable mention. So Hammer Drones 4-pack, Amazon exclusive, MSRP $92. This is a really expensive one, but look, Hasbro's are going to make it like this. This is just the truth. I know that they're not going to make it like this. There's no way they're going to make one new body and then they're going to make 4 different versions of it and put it all into one set and then send it off to Amazon alone. They just wouldn't do that. But I wanted to save space on this list for other characters. There's too many people. The MCU is just full of such rich stories with all these different characters and all these different character designs. I could have completely filled this list up with evolutions of Thor, but this is one that I would definitely want. $92, of course, a little bit more expensive. You get 4 figures here, though. They're a little bit on the bulkier side. Marine version got the different forearms. Army version got the left shoulder cannon. I believe that's the Army version right there. This is the Marine version, I'm pretty sure. Navy, actually, no, this is the Navy version. Marine is kind of like this, except it just doesn't have the arm cannon. Navy rocket silos, as you can see here. This would probably be my favorite one. I'd definitely only get one of. I honestly don't even know where I'd put this if I got it, but yes, would definitely love to get this Navy right here. Air Force, also Air Force has not really like this. It's more like Air Force has like a jetpack back here. But yeah, this is all basically the same base body mold as you can see. Just make some little modifications there and there. I'm sure you can skip out some of the details like this. I don't really see. I've seen a lot of people actually ask for these like hammer drones, but it'd be hard to do. I'm pretty sure hard to market because you're getting all these new sculpts, but then you're also gonna have to put them all out in the same way. I mean, maybe they could do something like they take one version, they make it mass market. They take another version, they make it exclusive to Walmart. They take another version, they make it exclusive to Target. They take another version, they make it exclusive to Amazon or GameStop. But this is a must. This one we gotta get. Like, this would be awesome. All right, and the next one, look, y'all are going to think that I'm crazy, and this one definitely isn't happening. If this set isn't happening, this next one definitely is. At least not the way that I'm projecting it as right here. But if it did happen exactly like this, I'd bring up the pennies and I'd buy it. They'd have to warn me first, but I definitely buy it like this. An Avengers Quantum Suit Convention box exclusive. So, look. You can't just make one version of these and then have it with the separate heads. If you're going to make a Captain America or something with the quantum suits on, you need to get around to making all of the others. And I didn't want to have to put this in a way where we'd have to wait a year or 2 years to get a Hulk from the Quantum and then just finish off our Quantum Avengers. You either commit to making all of them or you just don't make any of them at all. And they've already made some, even though they aren't accurate, they've made some. So they basically just got to follow through, Hasbro. That's all that you got to do. Here, you can see how many characters would come in this box set. Hulk, War Machine, Cap, Iron Man, that's 4. Hawkeye 5, Ant-Man 6, Black Widow 7, Nebula 8, Rocket 9, and Thor 10. So 10 figures. I had to make it $200, but honestly, if it happened like this, it'd probably be something like $210 or $220. 220, I mean. But yes, would this one, even though it's not happening like this, I can just imagine it already. You have the Hulk. You don't really give them a lot of accessories. You just give them their suits, and then you give them the masked head, and then all of them get their unmasked heads. As you can see, the accessories here are all the same. What makes this a box set, a convention exclusive, is that you have all of these repaints. You got 6 repaints in here, so Hasbro, I know that they're definitely looking at that, and they're just like, Brock, you on to something? 6 repaints? Okay, go on. But then you also got to include these 4 new unique characters. This wouldn't all be proportioned correctly because, of course, Cap, Iron Man, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, they aren't all the same height, but I don't see them making separate suits for all of those. So you just have the same body and then just repaint it. I'd be fine with that. This is honestly something, I'm not an in-box collector, but depending on how the box looks, imagine if they made it like the box like a circle, and then they just have each figure on one side or on any side of the circle. Not really a side, but they just have them on the edge, and then they're looking at you, and if you like turn the circle around, you just see all of them, and they all just like circle around. That'd be amazing if they made it like that. I'd keep that in box maybe for as long as I could until I just realized I'm not an inbox collector and I'm opening it. But this, it's not happening, but this would be beautiful. I mean, this would be great. This is the only photo I could get of all of them together like this. I didn't want to have to splice in 9 different pictures all right here. So yes, I think that this is pretty good. I mean, it gets like the point across. You have all these characters over here, and then you have them all in their suits. This would be awesome. This would be a huge love letter to MCU collectors. I don't see them making this as anything else other than a convention exclusive because you'd only make so many of these until it becomes a loss for the company. So, but yes, this definitely would just, I'm not even going to say would love to get this, need to get this. But yes, thank you for this one. This one was a great suggestion. I remember somebody suggested like something like we need updated Avengers quantum suits. And I'm just like, yeah, but then I need to figure out a way to splice it into the list without making 5 different, box sets just around the quantum suit. So might as well just make one and make it super, super duper expensive. So yeah. This one is a good one. I would love to get that. Honorable mentions. Of course, these aren't all of the honorable mentions. I'm sure that there's still some stuff around that I've definitely forgotten about. But a Whiplash from Iron Man 2. This was on the first list, and then I bumped it, and then I was about to put it onto this second list, and then I completely forgot. So yeah, I would have bumped it for Loki, but then I was just too lazy to do all that. But you know what? I don't really see them making a Whiplash, and it's only because, I don't know, Hasbro, I mean, Disney is on some weird standoff thing with Michael Rourke. Is it Mickey Rourke or Michael Rourke? I keep on forgetting his name, but Mickey Rourke about, he just started bad-mouthing the Marvel movies, and so I don't really think that puts them on good terms to get the likenesses right. With Star Wars, it's like, it's different for Star Wars because no matter what the actors would say about Star Wars, they could just make any new character of them, because apparently when you sign onto the Star Wars contract, you sign away your likeness rights forever. So basically, Star Wars has the ability to make a toy of you at any time whenever they'd want. But Marvel team doesn't really have that. They'd have to go out and get the likeness rights themselves, especially this long after the movie came out. I'm sure that they aren't really making toys for them anymore. So these these programs, I'm sure that they are a little bit hard to them for them to go back and fill in some of these gaps with the actor likenesses. But yes, Whiplash is a necessity. Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne. I also had this on the list, but bumped it for. I believe I bumped it for. What did I bump it for? I bumped it for. I bumped it for this. But yeah, need this. This suit looks really good, so I'm pretty sure that translates well into toy form. Curse from Thor: The Dark World. This is one of the most forgettable Marvel Cinematic Universe villains, but he is honestly probably one of the most toyetic. I mean, I can just imagine this character right here, just all these spikes and everything. Imagine how that'd look on y'all's shelves, man. That'd look awesome. Even though the movie wasn't the greatest, this is definitely a good character design. They designed this character really well. Malekith also. This isn't one of my favorite ones, but still, I mean, a lot of people asked for this, so that'd be pretty cool. Nick Fury and Maria Hill from Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm sure that we'll get versions of these two somehow. They'll definitely be in the next. Well, I don't know if they'll be in the next Spider-Man, but they'll probably be in what's it called, Secret Invasion, coming out next year. So I'm sure that we'll get versions of these two at some point. But as soon as possible, I hope, because I definitely thought that they would include a Nick Fury in the Infinity Saga, but apparently I was wrong. But yeah, need that. And then the Kree Star Force. Now I'm basically the only one asking for this, but I'd love to finish my Kree Star Force. I don't really see this set going up being like really super popular because all of the Captain Marvel stuff ended up going on clearance, I believe, like all of it. Nick Fury is the only one I think I saw staying above $10 consistently, but he still went down to like 13. Just that whole wave is just super inexpensive. The Kree Sentry wave, all of those characters have gone for below $15. So I don't know. Captain Marvel merchandise isn't really super duper popular. Hasbro hasn't really visited it. They did make a new Captain Marvel for the Avengers movie, but I feel like that will be the last Captain Marvel that we see until, of course, the Marvel's coming out next year, I believe. Yeah, next year. So I don't see them making a Kree Star Force because none of this stuff sold really well the first time. But if they do, I gotta say, I'd buy it. I'd buy it. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. There is the second Infinity Saga wish list. This is the last one because I'm not gonna go too ahead of ourselves, too ahead of myself, and too ahead of what's happening, too ahead of Hasbro, so that they just don't lose track if they're even watching this. If Hasbro is watching this, I don't want to overwhelm them. But the Marvel Cinematic Universe, again, so many unique characters, so many different interpretations, so many different storylines, so many different suits of even one character for them to do. It's just, I'm sure that it is overwhelming. MCU usually does get a back seat, though, to comic stuff. So I don't think we'd see most of these, but, this was the list as voted by y'all. Not really voted, but as seen by y'all. I'm just trying to compile all this stuff together. And y'all have some really, really, really great picks. Out of all this list, I think that my favorites are this. I like this a lot. I'm gonna go with this and Fenris, of course. This was one that I suggested, but I would love to get this. I'm sure that people probably forgot this could be a figure, but if they made a sorta, they can make this for sure. Um, I'm sure that y'all would remember this by now. But this isn't a very memorable character from Thor Ragnarok. I mean, I literally had to Google. I got the thought popped into my brain. I'm just like, what would be really cool? That big dog from Thor Ragnarok. But I had to Google the name. I literally Googled dog, large dog from Thor movie, and that's how I came up with the name. But this for sure. And then I believe last, who's this? Which one is my favorite? This is really good too. So probably this one and Fenris and the Outriders. And I also really like all these as well. But of course, it's MCU stuff. I'd love to get it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for commenting and let me know what you guys would like to see out of the Infinity Saga. If they ever do revisit this program, they're not going to revisit it this year. They're not going to revisit it next year, I'm sure. They're not going to revisit it the year after next. I don't know whenever they'd come back to this. It's not an anniversary program, so it's not like we couldn't see it again. But this seems, from the way that they were talking about it, it seems to be a wrap for the Infinity Saga. Um, Although I do believe that there will be one convention exclusive. That's how they've always done it with these anniversary programs. You always have that one convention exclusive figure, and I'm pretty much betting that the convention exclusive figure for the Infinity Saga this year will be an Iron Man Mark II. They already have that body mold down. I mean, that figure literally has convention exclusive spelled all over it. It's a silver Iron Man suit. I mean, like, come on. So, yes, if if anything, I'm betting that that's the last Infinity Saga figure we'll see for a long time, just that convention exclusive. But they have their whole retail lineup out there now. You can go out there and pre-order them. But thank you once again. Thank you guys so much for commenting, watching this video. If you're still here, really appreciate you for watching from the beginning to the very end. And I will hope to see you all next time. Always remember to be the best, and I'll catch you all later. Rock the best out. I don't know if y'all can really see me working with my screen right here. I'm trying to figure out how to stop this recording. So if y'all are still here, I mean, bear with me.